Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray. This is Gray's Guitars. Thank you for watching. Fender just dropped something that I think a decent amount of people have been waiting for, and that is a hardtail Stratocaster. Because let's be honest, how many people actually use the tremolo on a Strat? Now, Fender doesn't really do hardtail Strats all that often because it seems like people just don't buy them. They want the tremolo, and I don't understand why, because I constantly hear people complaining about it. Oh, if I ever use it, it goes out of tune, and the springs never go back where they're supposed to. It's not as good as a Floyd Rose. I blocked it off because I don't like using it, and it goes out of tune if I don't. So I have heard many a complaint about the Fender tremolo system, the 6-screw, the 2-screw, whatever variant. And I don't understand why they don't make more hardtails. But limited edition one here. Looks like Slipknot, Jim Root got a hold of it already and has been playing it. And I'm going to show you something interesting that they're doing after we go through this little article here. So an all-around versatile guitar. It only gets better after I spend some time with it. Fender has quietly rolled out a hardtail Player Plus Strat, and Jim Root has already taken one for a test drive. Slipknot guitarist has given the web-exclusive HSS Strat his seal of approval, and it's also single humbucker, or humbucker single is how they do it there. So that is, in my opinion, the best Strat configuration, because let's be honest, if I want a single coil bridge pickup, I want a Telecaster. So for the most part, I want that humbucker. Fender has quietly released a limited edition hardtail Player Plus HSS Stratocaster, and Slipknot's Jim Root has already taken one for a spin. Post on Instagram, the Fender signature artist gave his initial reaction to the tremless electric guitar, saying it was pretty much an all-around versatile guitar out of the box. The model, which arrived in a rather stealthy fashion without any fanfare from Fender, it's most notable for its hardware. After all, hardtail Strats don't come around too often. The recent 70th anniversary Antigua model is definitely an exception. It also comes packed with a Fireball neck humbucker. Fender says this delivers a powerful balance of gain and definition. For Root, it helps things get Iron Maiden-y. Root also singled out the Player Plus's noiseless single coil, saying they provide the saucy, bluesy stuff, and adding it only gets better after I spend some time with it. Elsewhere, the web-exclusive Fender model, so you can't find this in stores. I guess you can only get this on the actual Fender website, which joins the Player Plus lineup, first debuted in 2021. Features an older body, maple C-profile neck with a 12-inch radius, Powfell fretboard. That's disappointing that it's not actually rosewood. It offers a 25.5 scale length, which is typical of Fender, 22 medium jumbo frets, which is always good. You got the white pearloid dot inlays, so that's just fake pearl. Push-pull controls activates the Fireball humbucker's coil split to maximize the guitar versatility. But again, it's the appointment of the hardtail bridge that particularly catches the eye. So you get one color. That's all you get. And for $1,230, because I always round up instead of this stupid $9.99 crap. Yeah, Powfell on an almost $1,300 guitar. That is, I would say that's kind of annoying. Powfell's fine. There's no real issue with it, but there's literally at this price point, there is no reason they can't put actual rosewood on this thing. Looks like the back of the neck is satin, which is always nice, where you got the polyurethane gloss. They did not give you the extra little cut, so it's the typical bulky Fender joint. You do have locking tuners. It's kind of a mashup of old and modern, I would just say. You got the noiseless pickups, you got the humbucker in there, you got the push-pull. Obviously, it's a hardtail bridge. Maybe they had some left over from Tom DeLonge's Strat and decided to use them for something else. What's really interesting is, is after you go through all the pictures, I don't know when Fender started doing this, made in Ensenada. That is actually still Mexico. So Ensenada, I think, is a town in Mexico. Let's go ahead and look this up. Ensenada. Let's see here. Yeah, am I spelling this right? Ensenada. Ensenada. Yes. City in Mexico. So when you Google that, it says city in Mexico. but it also says located. City has a population of in 2018. Now this is saying it's in Baja California, so that is really interesting. Is this a Mexican guitar? Is this a California guitar? Let's go ahead and Google this. We're gonna find this out because now I'm confused. Let's see here. Yeah, Ensenada, Mexico, just across the border from California. Okay, so we're going to assume that that is still Ensenada, Mexico. All right, we're going to say that's Mexico. I think that's safe to say. But as I said, it's kind of an interesting thing of old and modern specs because you got the hardtail, you got the 22 frets, you got a 12-inch fretboard radius, which is not traditional. Usually it's a 9.5. You got the push-pull. But then, for some reason, they decided let's not add in a comfort carve of some sort. That was, I would say, that is probably really my only complaint. Made in Mexico guitars are perfectly fine. So are made in China. It doesn't really matter where they're made as long as they are comfortable. But for the price point, you know, you might expect a couple of things. Maybe a couple of different color options, which you don't get. As I said, that nice contoured heel. Actual rosewood as opposed to Pau Ferro, but it is what it is. You know, maybe they're just trying to get away from rosewood. Maybe there's a thing in Mexico with rosewood. I don't really know. I know there was an issue for a while, but you can buy $100 Squires with rosewood on them. So yeah, does it at least come with a hard shell case for this price? Let's see. Perfect tool. Smooth rolled edges. Okay, that's always nice. C-shape. Specs. Alder's good. See, yep. Oh, yeah, the neck is satin urethane, so that's very nice. As I said, Pau Ferro. Miscellaneous. Hardware. 6-string saddle. Through body hardtail. Let's see. Nickel chrome. Fireball, humbucker, noiseless, all the good stuff there. Accessories. Deluxe gig bag, that's disappointing. So, 3 kind of semi-disappointments, but if you really want a hardtail Strat, here you go. But it's not American made, so you may not like that. It's made in Mexico. Pau Ferro, no actual rosewood. I think this would look really good with just a straight maple board, too, I'll be honest, to kind of match the blonde finish of the body. Or what are they calling the finish? Do we have a finishes? Exciting new finishes. I don't know if they describe the finish. To me, it looks like a blonde. Features, fireball, hardtail. What is the color? Just says gloss polyester. It doesn't tell you the actual color of the thing. Interesting. Maybe it's a limited edition color, but to me it looks like a blondish color. You know, kind of like the old blonde Telecasters. See-through. This one doesn't really look see-through, though. At least not based on these pictures. But I think a maple, I would have liked a maple board on this. I think that would have looked really good with the guitar. But, so no hard shell case, Pau Ferro fretboard, no comfort carve, made in Mexico. I don't know why they're changing it to Ensenada. Might need to look into that one more. I don't think they can say made in California anymore on the guitars either for some reason. Or maybe it says made in California, it doesn't say made in USA. I know there was some issue with that as well, so they stopped putting that on the US Strats, I say in quotations, because a lot of the parts to make the guitar does not come from the USA, comes from overseas. The wood, I think they make the electronics in-house. Some of the hardware might be overseas. The fret wire might be overseas, tuners, lots of stuff is probably just overseas, and then they were slapping it together in the USA and putting USA on it. But who the heck knows? There was rumors at one point that all of the bodies were actually made and cut. The bodies and necks were all made and cut in Mexico. They just shipped them after they did all the cheap labor, the majority of the labor. They shipped them up, all finished and everything, and all they did was slap the parts together in the USA, but I don't know if that's true or not, but that is something I have heard in the past. But let me know your thoughts down below. I think this is pretty cool. A little expensive for my taste. As I say with a lot of guitars that I put on this channel, if I find it on the used market for cheaper, I'll probably buy it. Do I need a Strat right now? No, I do not need a Strat right now. I have a Squire that does the job perfectly fine. Sounds fantastic and has an actual rosewood fretboard. Sorry, yep, I'm taking shots at this for having the Powfera fretboard at this price point. There's no reason for it. But thank you for watching. No need to make this any longer. Subscribe, notification bell, share, like, comment. Have a good one.